What if I told you that some of your biggest challenges might not be your beliefs, but someone else's? What if your reality is being shaped not just by your thoughts and beliefs, but by the unconscious programs of people around you, some of whom you may have never even met? In today's video, we're diving deep into the three perspective paradox, the subtle science of co-creation and karmic entanglement, and how to reclaim sovereignty of your field and your power. Hello, I'm Melissa. I'm a meditation and compassion key master. And on this channel, I go deep into the subtleties of psycho-emotional and energetic healing, and specifically how to clear distortions from your field. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe, because this encourages the platform to share this material with other viewers who may benefit from it. So let's get into this. There are many paradoxes that we encounter on the journey of conscious evolution as we become increasingly aware of the entangled nature of the physical reality we are tasked with navigating and mastering. Let's begin with one such paradox and layered truth. It is 100% true that you create your reality. It is also 100% true that other people create their realities. So it is also true then that together we 100% create a shared reality. But what if it comes to light when we come together in a shared reality that the realities we create as individuals are not 100% in agreement? I'm sure you can think of times in your own life when you have come upon this disconnect in shared, or as the case may be, not shared or discordant perceptions of what is true and real and what constitutes reality, where power and perspective and context, distortion, interpretation, history, and emotion all affect that co-creation, where there may seem to be a dominant reality creator or imbalance of power that's not always appearing to be equal, where your sense of what is true and real when you are alone seems to be disprovable, overpowered, kept inside, or cast aside entirely in favor of a more popular or widely believed version of reality when you are with others. How is it possible that people can have such a deeply held and yet widely varying truths about the same physical reality? Quite often we don't create with clear, fully aware, and conscious intention. There are subconscious imprints, causal layer organizations, and karmic overlays, all contributing to what you live and perceive, and also how others live and perceive themselves, and more importantly, how they perceive you and you them. Knowing this can become quite a quandary because, well, we all want to be right, and you will often even hear people insisting that they are indeed right and that you are definitely and obviously wrong. And well, the truth is much more nuanced than that. But this paradox offers you a choice and a space within which to engage in self-exploration and self-inquiry, where you can notice how you project your own imprints outward, creating a perceived reality which may be full of distortions and not be entirely clear and true. Recognizing these distorted perspectives and projections and clearing the imprints from which they spring forth can enable you to not only change yourself and your reality, but also reorganize the context and frame of reference within and for your own world. For while you do not always have control of how others perceive things, you do always have sovereignty and perceptual autonomy over the perceptions you consider and try out, to the degree you have cleared your own lens. It has already been well established that Your major, minor, and all levels in between beliefs, conditioning, karmic imprints from past lives, childhood, and ancestral lineages are essentially predetermined programs creating and running the show and bleeping out a particular code. Right? Your belief that I cannot trust anyone may attract someone with a corresponding I always betray people program. These two programs click together like puzzle pieces. See, you aren't just magnetizing people, you're plugging into their code and they're plugging into yours. These are energetic contracts, bonds of perfectly correlated qualities, assumptions, and expectations, often unspoken and mostly invisible and unexamined by the one that's projecting them out. However, when you examine and therefore make visible the code or program by engaging in self inquiry and doing the work to clear your untrusting program, that other puzzle piece person whom you were previously clicked in with may either leave your field entirely because there's no corresponding piece left for them to plug into, or they may experience a kind of glitch in their own programming, which presents an opportunity for them to shift because you're no longer running the pattern that calls forth that behavior from them. If they are ready, willing, and able to, they can consciously or subconsciously shapeshift out of that pattern of behavior. This is one of the most powerful ways we can assist in another's transformation, by transforming ourselves. There are, however, active and dynamic gravitational fields around people, and the multivalent co-entanglement of patterns can seem to determine to a large degree who pulls whom into which pattern and whether or not a partial or full pattern interrupt or complete clearing on one or both sides is even possible at any given time. We each have a gravitational field, and so do our karmic and causal patterns. And it seems apparent that we can be susceptible to being swayed. This field is shaped by a vast interlocking sequence of history and repetitive momentum and emotional charge, energy dynamics, karmic density, distortion intensity, neurobiological codependence, and the clarity and conviction of a soul's intention to shine in full authenticity and presence. Seeing and moving within this, of course, takes a great deal of courage, awareness, honesty, and determination. Have you ever noticed that when you enter a shared space defined by a particular dynamic through agreement and context, like in school with a teacher-student dynamic, or a boss-employee contract, or a parent-child situation, one person's field might pull stronger or seem to dominate, or at other times, outside of social, familial, or cultural agreement and context, this may happen due to what has often been referred to as like natural order or power dynamics or personality styles or types, or a communal assignment of and movement with expectation. If someone has a field which is heavier or more charged, they may pull you into their story, onto their stage, upon which you notice yourself playing a particular, almost predetermined role, which may or may not be familiar to you or comfortable for you, or seem to be completely under your conscious or unconscious control. So, too, if your field is clearer and more anchored, you may become the dominant field of influence, director or determining factor in how others move around you. This is why psychological, emotional, karmic, and causal inner clearing is not just a personal endeavor, though we often embark on it as such. It is deeply relational. It affects an entire web of energetic dynamics that stretch well out beyond our immediate surroundings and relationships. This is why discernment is a spiritual superpower. As you do your inner work, you become painstakingly aware of your imprints and how they project out into the world, calling forth and creating the reality you live in and move. As you clear the emotional and psychological binds that hold these imprints in place, you'll start to feel the space between you and others widen and shift. Whereas before, you may have been pointing the finger outside yourself as a form of denial and projection of karmic material not wanting to be owned. After you have undergone a rigorous and humbling assessment of your own imprints and consequential owning and clearing of your stuff, you move into a place of clarity and realization that, this isn't my stuff anymore. This is theirs. But be careful. Don't jump to that conclusion too soon, because the ego loves to escape responsibility, and it's very clever. True discernment requires humility and honesty and time spent in the fire of your own clearing process. But once you cross that threshold, you gain the power to see clearly what's yours to own and work on and process and release, and what's theirs to do the same with in their own time and in their own way. And how not to absorb or entangle with it anymore. So, how do we diligently start clearing the shared field? Even after you've cleared your inner layers, the shared field may still play out or echo distortions, right? Your degree of clarity and sovereignty will show up in whether or not these relational, social, or cultural distortions trigger you. In the same way that you do with yourself, you can offer compassion to the parts in them that are still projecting unconscious imprints and operating on autopilot, replaying patterns and habits of action, perception, expectation, assumption, and interpretation. Witnessing and reflecting upon this in others will further support you in identifying places in yourself that still need. So let me give you some examples of clearings along these lines. So take a nice deep breath, focus on your heart center and solar plexus, and repeat after me. I'm so sorry they think they are right. I'm so sorry you might still erroneously assume that you are right. I'm so sorry they don't realize it's an illusion. I'm so sorry you were trapped in the illusion yourself for so long. I'm so sorry you may still be holding on to distortions that you're not yet aware of. I'm so sorry they have not recognized the pattern. I'm so sorry patterns are sometimes so hard to recognize and own. I'm so sorry they are not motivated to change. I'm so sorry they have not experienced the level of discomfort that will cause them to make a change. I'm so sorry you have had to experience painful loss before you yourself changed. I'm so sorry they feel it's safer for them to continue on with what is familiar. I'm so sorry it's hard to look at yourself and realize you have to change. I'm so sorry you forgot that you create your field. A nice deep breath. How did those statements land for you? We live in a global phenomenon of extensive and deeply embedded imprints and shared entanglement facilitated by the digital collective. In this hyper intra-connected age, we find ourselves karmically entangled with people we may never meet. Every post, message, or video has the potential to become a new energetic tether. This doesn't mean that you should hide. It means you need to establish a profound and deeply rooted clarity and intention. Your gravitas depends upon a highly refined and intentionally enforced gravitational field strong enough to discern what's me, what's not me, and what am I responsible for, and what do I want and not want to expose myself to and make myself available for. Through this practice and processed and highly refined crystal clarity of perception, we continue to clear when the need arises. We forgive with an open and pure heart. We release what no longer serves us or reflects the truth and beauty and wisdom of our highest self. And we rise in circular ascension, assisting through our own processing others who are ready as they come into our field. If this resonates with you, then take a moment now to breathe into your field. Visualize your subtle body and take an energetic assessment of your field integrity and strength, noticing areas of soft focus or darkness, regions of density and stuck energy. Imagine your highest self standing just behind you, the two of you sharing a powerful, bright, connecting light in the area of your heart, shining its light into and through your entire field. See the center line of your body and your gravitational strengthening. Imagine old cords unplugging and disintegrating, and fog and density lifting. Allow your intention and determination to merge with the truth, a bright spot between your eyebrows at the third eye center, pulsing and radiating its own light. And if you want to go deeper with this work, you can check out my free guide and meditation linked below. It will help you return to expanded perception, no matter how entangled the world may seem. You are the seer. You are the power of observation itself. You are the field. You are the creators of a new reality. Don't forget to like and share your experience in the comments below.